I've been working on my Uncle Rip journal, putting together some pages for signatures. I've got 3 signatures that I'm working on right now. I think I'm going to put 8 pages in, or 8 sheets in each signature, and I don't have quite that many yet. So I'm still thinking about a couple of other things that I could do, and I was working on one today, and I thought I would just turn the camera on and show you what I'm doing. I'm going to do something similar to this with this string and a little dangle that slides across on it. I'm using this scrapbooking paper. It's called Craft Artisana, or I can't even say that. It's called this. And it's just some craft paper. It's not real thick, but it's pretty sturdy. Just not real heavy. Not like cardstock. It's close, but not quite. It doesn't say on here what. I got it on the clearance aisle. You know how I like to do that. What I did is I cut it down. My pages need to be 8 inches tall in this book to fit in this cover. It's just a little bit over 8 inches. It's almost 8.5, not quite. So I'm cutting them down to 8 inches so that there's a little room at the top and bottom. And what I decided to do was make a little lip here at the bottom for a little shallow pocket. So I did 8 inches, and I added 1.5 inches to fold up here. My little scoreboard is not big enough to use for these pages like this. And I just took my ruler in this stylus, which has, I don't know if you can see that or not, it has a tiny little point on it. And I just laid the ruler down where I wanted to score and drew this across, just pressed pretty hard on this plastic mat I have here. It's just a cutting mat. And it scored it well enough that it was easy to fold. So I thought I'd share that tip with you in case you don't have a bigger scoreboard. So anyway, I've measured 9.5 inches this way and 12 inches this way, except I've scored here 1 inch so that I have 11 inches there. My pages are 5.5 inches wide. And I'm folding this 1 inch back. This is where I'm going to put the brads in. I punched these little wallpaper discs to put over the hole. I barely indicated where my hole is, so I'm going to come back from this side and punch the holes and put the brads in there. And I'm putting on this side a little short pocket up there to go with this pocket that's down here. So the point will be that I can put something in this pocket, not this because it's going to be the same design, but put something in here and have a cord going across to hold the top of it back. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and punch these holes. I'm still going to have the hole in call them the legs, these little metal pieces on the end of on the brads that holds it in place. Those are still going to show on this side, in this one. So I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do to cover that up. So I'm just going to put these in here like that. And over here. That one is kind of too far to that side. I think I'm going to redo that. Maybe it won't show on the other side. If it does, it won't matter. I'm just going to put that right there. And put this brad in there. Okay. So then we have those here. And I'm going to flatten them out. And this one. And I heard somebody, and I can't remember who it was, talking about that they kind of crush their threads with the pliers to give them a little more aged look and keep them from taking up more room in the book. So I may do that. I haven't done that before. But what have I got to lose? Just a little paper and a couple of brads. And my thought is that this will cover up where that one is. And then I can put something over here, just something decorative, I guess, to cover that one. So that looks pretty cute. And let me grab my little pliers here. Okay, here goes nothing. We'll see how this does. Let's see if I can get it up here where you can see what I'm doing a little bit. I'm just kind of flattening it down. I kind of like the way that looks. And this one, I'm going to fold the paper back so I can get to it. And do the same thing. Okay. It just makes a flatter brad. And it roughed it up a little bit, but that's okay. I don't mind that. I just like that it's not sticking up quite so much. Because my books always end up with a lot of bulk. The next thing I'm going to do is put on my little rope here. And on this one, I used one of those Christmas tree, whatever those things are at the top where the bail goes through it. This part, medallion thing. And I flattened it out and used that and a little piece of fabric and some beads. And on this one, I have these. I bought these at Walmart in a package some time ago. I'm not even sure they carry them anymore. But it's cogs, and there's various kinds of them. Some of them are bigger, and there's some clocks and things in there. And I thought that would be cute for Uncle Rip's journal with the cog. So I'm going to thread this on here. And tie it around the brad and hope that I can do that now that I've flattened it out and don't have much room to work with there. Well, maybe I should have done that before I flattened. I think I'm going to have to do something. I don't know what. It's always something, isn't it? I guess I could take these out and redo them. There we go. That's sliding in under there. So I would suggest, if you're tying something under it, to do that before you flatten them down. Live and learn, right? Turn this way. I don't think that's going to go up under there. But maybe it'll be okay. Okay. It's kind of sticking up the wrong way. Do as I do, not as I... Do as I say, not as I do. Whatever that saying is. Okay. I think that's going to have to do. And on this one, I'm gonna loosen this up back here so that I can have a little leeway there to tie that. Maybe that's what I should do on the other one too. Okay. I'm just going to cut that off kind of like that. And well, it came through. Okay. A little bit fiddly. Maybe I can just put that knot up under there. And then run the legs of that through the hole. I'm going to have the paper worn out before I get done. Okay. Okay. I've said that okay about 10 times there. I'm going to pull that so it's not quite so tight. Okay, so that's good-ish, goodish. And that's going to hang there. And then I'll have something I'm going to put into the pocket. Okay, I think that's good. And I'm going to glue this little pocket. And I'm going to put some right here. And I'm going to glue this one down too. Show you what I'm going to do with this. This is not going to be in the center. It's going to be separated with some other pages. So what's on this side and what's on this side, it won't make too much difference. In other words, I'm not having to plan for them to coordinate in this as a spread. Okay. All right, so that's kind of like that. That was just going to have to stick up like that. Okay, so on this side, I'm going to glue this down. I think that's what I'm going to do. What I have for that, I have this. This is some of that wallpaper border that I bought when I was in Mena, Arkansas. And I decided I wanted to use this lantern. I don't know if that's a railroad lantern or not, but it kind of reminds me of that. So whatever it is, it's masculine, and I thought it'd be cute over here. And so I'm thinking I'm going to make it a pocket on here. And I have it glued down as a pocket, but the top of it. But I think I'm going to glue it where the back is also a pocket. And I need to figure out what I'm going to do over that. And I'm going to have a little boo-boo right there too. Maybe I'll just put something right down the center of that before I glue it into the book. I think that's what I'll do on that. And I'm going to do this page. Actually, I have this one glued down already. This is a little short pocket up here for a little short something. I have some of these little craft card tags. These came from Dollar General. And I just put some things on there. That's some safety envelope paper that I put there, and then just some little things there. And I thought that would be cute in there. This is a matchbook from a long time ago, and it has this on the back, the cowboys and the cattle. It's still got the matches in it. I wish I knew. I really like them because they're green. I wish I knew what to do to them to make it safe to keep them in there. I just don't know if I need to cut those off or what. But that might hang on there. And then have a little something over here to go. I think it needs to be something shorter in there. This is just a little booklet I was putting together. So I may make it short enough to fit in there. It could be like that. And then on this side, I would have perhaps this. I'm not sure about this yet. This is something I found in my aunt's stuff, and it came with some of those red heel socks. I think she bought them for my grandmother to make the monkeys out of. And I don't know why she kept it, but she did. And I'm glad she did because I think it's kind of cool. So I thought I'd put that in there. And maybe this with the spackle on it. And it's got some ferns on the back. So anyway, that's my idea on this. And sorry I kind of made a mess of flattening out the brads before I tied my string on it, but you get the idea, and you won't make that mistake if you decide to do this. So anyway, I'll put pictures at the end. I'm not sure still about what I'm going to do with this pocket. And then on the back of this page, it can be anything at all there. This is going to be kind of bulky, especially if I put that matchbook in there. So I have to think about that too. But anyway, I appreciate you watching, and I hope you enjoyed seeing this idea. I hope it's something that you could consider for one of your journals. And maybe there's a better way to do something other than this bulb pen, which makes that kind of bulky. Maybe a regular safety pen would be better. And probably I can do something besides the matchbook. But even though I like it, I think it maybe makes this too much bulk for that one spot. And I do think I'm going to cover that with something. You can always put some tickets or something in here too, or something like this folded up ledger paper. would work in there as well. Might be fun to have other things in there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing this and got some ideas for something you might like to do. That's just stenciled with this stencil that I have that has faux script on it. It's very big, so I usually come back and add a second line in between where the space is there. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.